Hey everyone, this is Zeffy. Hey, what's up guys? This is Zeffy here for my first official tri-weekly Kingdom Hearts card review week 1. I apologize for not doing this last week like I said I would, but again I got caught up on some things. I didn't have a chance to get it done. I'm going to do it this week. I'm going to get it out there. So for my first tri-weekly review, I'm going to do Aero, which is a level 2 magic card. Each player chooses and discards a card from his or her hand when you play it. Aero is kind of one of those cards that falls into the category of hand control, card control, or at least it attempts to do so. It kind of falls in line with like 100 Acre Wood and Stopka. It's kind of in that field. It's probably the weakest, maybe the second weakest out of them all. 100 Acre Wood isn't really the best. Aero's probably a little bit better than that because you don't lose your whole hand in the process. But the thing that sucks about Aero is you play Aero and you discard a card on top of it. They only lose one card, you lose two because you're using Aero and then you have to discard one other card. Now if you don't have another card in your hand and Aero's the last card, it's great. But if you have like more than one card, well, you're going to lose something. And it doesn't say it's random, so you get to pick what you discard, but still, what if you have useful cards? I mean, if they only have one card in hand, it can be very good, especially if you're going to challenge them. So if that's a Soul Eater, or an Oblivion, or something powerful, or a Simba, or a Gravity spell that they would use during the challenge to eliminate, your advantage, then yeah, it's great. But it's not always going to be like that, and they might not have anything in their hand, and are you going to hold Aero for the next turn, and then you're going to lose a card anyways? It's very situational. It can be very powerful depending on the situation, where they have one, like I said, one in hand, or they have two in hand. You at least get rid of one that they could have used against you. But especially if they're holding cards in their hand, you know that they want to use it, you know that it's something good, that's why they're holding it. Other than that, it can be just a dead draw, or they can have nothing in their hand. They can have like 4 cards in hand. You use it, and they don't lose anything drastic. They just don't care because they just draw up to 6 next turn, even if you have ducks out. I mean, it's just something where I don't see it being very good right now. Maybe in the future it'll become better, and maybe we'll see like a level 3, level 4 version, which will be more powerful. Maybe it will be better, but not sure yet. But Aero level 2, not the greatest card I would put in my deck. If you're playing a hand control deck, maybe it'll work out for you. You play like 3 ducks, you play 3 arrows, you play 100 Acre Wood, and maybe you find a way to really maximize that. I don't know, but I haven't seen Aero be very effective yet. Maybe you try it out, maybe you find different, but I do, in my opinion, I just am not a huge fan of this card at all. I think it's kind of terrible, to be perfectly honest, but to each their own. Maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't. And that's really it. I mean, the hand control aspect, it can work. I think it's more important to play Huey, Dewey, and Louie to control their hand more than anything else. I think those are the most effective out of any other cards right now. Because when you limit them to 3 cards per turn, there's not a lot they can do. Especially if you play Stopra and you gain advantage on top of them losing advantage, and you do something like that. That's much, much more powerful, more effective, and advantageous than a simple Aero spell to make them discard one card. And when you make them discard that card, well, they're just going to draw more cards next turn in place of that anyway. So, are you really hurting them with Aero? Probably not. 9 times out of 10, you probably will not gain any advantage out of playing Aero. But that 1 in 10 times, you will. They'll have that one card in their hand that they need or they want to use next turn, or for the challenge when you go against them, and boom, you'll take that advantage away, and then you'll dominate them that turn, or maybe that'll be for game. But that's too much of a limited calculation for advantage to really run it and make it good. So just keep that in mind, guys. Alright, I'll see you guys later.